To get back at her cheating husband, the woman decided to do something no one else would dare to do. Under the pretext of enjoying the scenery, she deliberately took her husband, who was afraid of heights, to the edge of a cliff. Then, while her husband was admiring the view, she reached out her right hand. But suddenly, she was interrupted by a passing woman. Although the woman's plan failed, she wasn't going to give up, because she still had plenty of opportunities. One day, she saw an advertisement for rafting online. She realized that taking her husband rafting would be a good way to create an accident, so they immediately signed up for the rafting trip. While her husband was putting on his gear, she used a knife to cut the safety rope. As she watched her husband place his feet into the safety rope, she knew that once the raft reached the most dangerous part of the river, her husband would accidentally fall into the water. Just as a huge wave crashed over them, her husband unexpectedly fell into the water. Watching her husband scream for help, the woman froze for a few seconds, then instinctively reached out to pull her husband back. But another accident occurred. Just as she was about to pull her husband back onto the raft, a huge wave hit and swept her under as well. She thought she was going to die there, but to her surprise, her husband disregarded his own safety, dived into the deep water to save her. After this incident, the woman changed her impression of her husband, because she believed he had only made a mistake, and still deeply loved him, but she never imagined that the good times would be so short-lived. The next day, as they were preparing for a forest hike, a seductive-voiced woman suddenly called out her husband's name. Looking at the woman in front of her, who was flirtatiously tossing her hair, the woman's first thought was that she must be her husband's mistress, and seeing her husband's nervous expression, at that moment, she was even more certain of her guess. The man, seeing this, hurriedly said that she was his colleague. They worked at the same company, but weren't very familiar with each other. He then pulled the woman away, intending to leave, but unexpectedly, at that moment, another man walked over. The woman said he was her boyfriend. Thus, several people with ulterior motives joined this forest hike together.